Good morning, everyone. We are coming to you live via YouTube streaming, via Skype, online, and also via YouTube streaming. Each one of you is welcome to this live streaming. Going within. Duality is the way of the mind. These talks is not like speeches that you speak on going within in 1 or 2 sessions. It is the process of transformation, and sometimes process of transformation takes a very long time. It all depends upon how open you are and how much ready you are. Raman's whole emphasis throughout his life was on going within. Anyone will ask him anything, he will say, go within. I am speaking on the various aspects that prevent you from going within. What is within? There is a space. Just as when you go inside the seed, you will not see anything there. Just an empty space. If you remove everything from the room, there will be nothing. And that state of nothingness, Buddha used the word nothingness or emptiness, carry the same meaning. And that is one of the most important requirements. Your mind is full of your conditionings, your understandings, and these form the part of duality. We claim to have, Hindus claim to have known Bhagavad Gita. They can go on quoting the verses one after the other. But they do not understand the essence of it. Krishna uses a word, Sitoshna Sam Dukkha. Sheet means cold, Ushna means hot. So this represents the 2 states, cold or summer. Summer means equanimity. Sitoshna Sama Dukkha. Cold is pain, heat is pain. One who remains equipoised in equanimity amidst the duality is a yogi. One who has attained, who is not affected by the duality, has learned the art of going within. The mind has 2 aspects, the masculine and the feminine, Shiva and Shakti, yin and yang, anima and animus. These 2 aspects that are always there within. The left side of the brain, the right side of the brain. Left side of the brain is controlled by the right side of the body and vice versa. All the teaching, the way of life is to strengthen the left side of the brain. We are right-handed. We write with the right hand. We do everything with the right hand, and if you are doing anything with the left hand, you are discouraged. By using the left hand, your right side of the brain is activated. There are people who are ambidextrous. They can use the two hands equally. And if you look into the anatomy and physiology, the left side always remains weak in an individual. The right side of the brain works differently than the left side. Left side is logic, mathematics, reasoning. The right side of the brain is pure trust, love, all that arises from the right side of the mind. So mind divides you into good and bad, right and wrong, lower and higher. If you really look at, you are sitting in a room, look at the wall. The wall that is in front of you is one piece. You cannot give a definition that this is lower, this is higher. It is one piece. And if you really understand what is lower, lower is the beginning of the higher. Lower is the beginning of the higher. If there is no lower, lower means the foundation that remains invisible. Then foundation is made with different kind of bricks and a different, because that requires the strength. The kind of material is used to make the foundation is different. Iron is used to provide stability and rigidity to the wall, because on the wall rests the entire structure of the building. If there is no foundation, the higher part of the wall will not be there. Lower is the beginning of the higher. That's where the journey of the higher begins. And what is the higher? It is the culmination of the lower. If the seed is the beginning of flowering, flower is the end of the seed. The journey of the seed begins under the ground, and then when it becomes a flower, flower blossoms, the journey of the life history, the life of seed comes to an end. Yes, for certain purposes, if you are hanging a picture on the wall, you need to use a certain height that remains at the eye level, and you will be able to see the picture, painting, or whatsoever you are hanging. But wall is one piece, there is nothing lower, there is nothing higher. So is the life. In life, certain places, certain times, you wear warm clothes. Based on the outer circumstances and situations, the other time you wear summer clothes. So is summer clothes right or winter clothes right? No, according to the needs. You are hungry, you want food. Having eaten, your statement changes, you are no more hungry. Buddha says nothing is ever defiled and nothing is ever immaculate. Purity, impurity, all duality are the attributes of the mind, or attitudes of the mind. Not attribute. Attribute means quality. And attitude is a stronger word to use. These are the attitudes of the mind. Can you tell about a tree whether it is moral or immoral? No. Can you say about an animal that he is a sinner or saint? Try to see this ultimate vision. There is no sinner, there is no saint, nothing is moral, nothing is immoral. When you have this acceptance, then where is the possibility of worrying? There is nothing to improve either, and there is no goal because there is no value. This journey is the journey without any goal, is pure journey. Hindus have called this as play, a leela. One moment I am hungry, next moment I am not. One moment I am feeling cold. You switch off the AC or use a blanket. There is nobody behind it or doing it. All is happening and there is nobody doing it. If the doer is there, then the problem arises. Then pray to the doer, persuade the doer, then become friend with the doer, then you will be benefited. Out of this, because you think there is a doer behind all the problems that are there in your life, so you pray to someone, then you will be benefited, and all those who are not friend with the doer will be deprived. This is what some of the religions says. God helps those the different kind of statements. It is said, those who are not friends with the doer will be deprived, they will suffer in hell. That is what Christianity, Hindus and Muslims think. Mohammedans thinks those who are Mohammedans are certainly going to the heaven, and those who are not, poor fellows, they are going to the hell. The same is the case with Christians and Hindus. Hindus think those who are not Hindus will have no chance. Christians think those who do not come to the church, those who do not pass through the church, are going to suffer in eternal hell. It is said Jesus saves. Those who do not pass through the churches are going to suffer in eternal hell, the unlimited, forever. Everyone tries to divide, and because that is the business. You create a division and continue your business. Buddha says there is no sinner, no saint, nothing is pure, nothing is impure, things are as they are. Many times when we meet, I am going somewhere, meet someone, how are you? How is everything? They ask, normal way. When I say I do not know how things are, surprised. If you do not know, then who will know? Because you will answer from the mind. And that is what creates the problem. If there is no sinner, no saint, no morality, no immorality, nothing wrong, nothing right, then how can the religions sustain? Just try to persuade a tree and ask the tree, why are you green? Why are you red? Tree cannot say anything. And if the tree listens to you, she will go neurotic. Why am I not red? And praise the red, and sooner or later you will find the tree on some psychoanalyst's couch being analyzed and helped. It is because of your duality that the business of the psychoanalyst is flourishing. First you create a problem and then comes the savior. It is a beautiful business. First it is created, there is a sinner, there is a saint. Because Adam and Eve disobeyed the Father, ate the fruit from the tree that grew in the middle of the Garden of Eden. What is Garden of Eden? Your body is the Garden of Eden. And if you look into your two centers, solar plexus, that's a storehouse of the energy. Connected to that is the water center, the genitals, the center for sex, the operational sex is in the middle of the body. It is the knowledge. And it is said Adam and Eve disobeyed God, and we are suffering because of the original sin committed by Adam and Eve. Then there is a whole business. The psychoanalysts, psychologists, if you cut the root of the problem from the very beginning, Buddha cuts the very root. The awakened one cuts the very root. He says, you are the way you are. So when I say things are the way they are, if you meet someone, the person says, and if you say to the person in response, how are you? Tired. He said, the person will respond, me too tired. These days things are so difficult that I feel tired by the evening. There is nothing to improve and nowhere to go. And such is the approach of the awakened one. This is my approach too. You are perfect. You are total as you are. More is not possible. More will only create trouble in you. The idea of more will drive you mad. Accept nature, live naturally, live spontaneously, moment to moment, and that is holiness. Because you are whole, not because you have become a saint, not defiled or immaculate, not deficient or complete. Nothing is complete, nothing is incomplete. These values are meaningless. Buddha tells Sariputra, O Sariputra, where I exist beyond the mind, there is nothing good, nothing is bad. Here, where I exist, Sansar and Nirvana are not separate from one another, they are same. There is no distinction between this world and that world. There is no distinction between profane and sacred. Here at this plane where I exist, all distinctions have disappeared, because divisions are made by thought. When thoughts disappear, distinctions too disappear. Sinners are created by thoughts, saints are created by thoughts. Sinners are created by thoughts, saints are created by thoughts. All that is dualistic is created by mind. Good and bad are created by the thoughts. It is thought alone that creates distinctions. Buddha says, when knowledge disappears, thoughts too disappear. There is no duality. This is all oneness. This is all oneness. There is a famous saying of a Zen master Soshin: in the higher realm of true suchness, there is nothing self nor other self. When direct distinction is sought, we can only say not to. Beyond this, nothing can be said. All in one, all in one. One in all, one in all, and all in one. If this is realized, no more worries about your being perfect or imperfect. All in one, one in all. This is realized. No more worries about your not being perfect. This is the way one has to live. There is no perfection, there is no imperfection. See it, and see it right now. Do not come later on and ask me how to do it. There is no how either. how brings knowledge, and knowledge is curse. Without distorting the media of thought, you fall into unity with the whole. Without thought functioning between you and the real, all distinctions disappear. When the distinctions disappear, you are bridged to that which is. And that is what man is hankering for constantly. You are feeling uprooted from the whole. It is the only misery, because there is a discontinuity between you and the whole. That is the only problem, only misery, and you are uprooted because of this medium of thoughts. Drop this distorting medium of thought. Drop these mediums. Look into the reality as it is directly, with no idea coming from your mind, with no idea of how it should be, what it should be, and what it should not be. Look with innocence. Look with not knowing, with the eye of not knowing. Innocence in wonder. And that very moment, worries disappear. In that disappearance, in that disappearing of the worries, you are a Buddha. You are an awakened one. Only this much for this morning. Until tomorrow, take care and do have a pleasant day.